So let me tell you the story about the whole border crossing story, because this whole thing is a story for itself. So it started off very calm in the morning. We had our breakfast in Amman in our hotel, and then a cab driver took us to the Jordanian border. We descended from Amman, and once we've reached the Jordanian border, we saw something crazy. At the border, there were two entrances. One gate was for the Palestinians only. People packed together, massive chaos. Just people pushed against the entrance wall, waiting and hoping to get processed through to their own land. And then there was a second gate. This was for the VIP tourists, or for the VIP people. So basically foreigners or people who had a lot of money. So when we reached the border, we didn't have any clue what to do there, because it's a brand new country. We don't know how the system there works, so we were lost. But then a young Palestinian brother saw us, that we were lost, and he came to us with no bad intentions, just kindness, and asked us what we need. We told him, where can we go through to Palestine? He said, you should take the VIP gate because you're a foreigner, so it's easy for you guys. And I was thinking like, wow, even though the Palestinian entrance was full packed, like I would say thousands of people were there. It was also 8 a.m. in the morning. So the amount of patience, and the Palestinians are going so much through, but despite their own problems, they still have a smile in their face, and they just are kind and help us. So it was very fascinating. That's why I want to shout out to you. If you ever come across this video, brother, I want to thank you, and I wish you all the best in the future. And I'm gonna pray for you that God blesses you and your family for what you're going through, guys. So we went through the VIP gate. It was easy, no hassle at all. We went through. Then we got our immigration. We went out of the Jordanian immigration, then we had to wait for the bus. This was not the normal bus, it was kind of a shuttle bus, so we had to wait for other people. Once the bus was full, we were good to go. So between the Jordanian border and the Israeli border, there is a small stretch of land called the no man's land. And this was pretty intense, because we just went through one security check at the Jordanian border, but in that no man's land there were multiple checkpoints, I would say, as well. So the whole no man's land stretch was about 10 minutes drive or 20 minutes drive, I'm not sure, but every 5 or 7 minutes there was a small stop, just a security measure. And then once we've reached the Israeli border, we already saw the Israeli flag at the border. Things got intense. I don't know if I should say it here on this platform, but I'm here to tell you the truth. I want to give you the raw footages and the raw experiences I went through. So no bias, no hiding at all. It's just real raw experience I'm gonna tell you. My opinion in the end. So the Israeli border, once we've reached there, we were actually, checked through with the Palestinians. So there were not two different gates for foreigners and the Palestinians, but there was just one main one. And there was a huge line. We had to wait around 30-40 minutes until we passed through the security check. And after that, they saw our passports. My friend's passport got taken away, his phone as well. The security officers told him something that he had to wait, so we were waiting for him. And then we've got our passport back. Then we went further to immigration, and there it got more intense, because then they took both our passports away and told us we should wait. So we waited around 1.5 hours or 2 hours at the border, and we see at the waiting area a lot of other foreigners were waiting as well. So there was another German guy, there was another Italian guy. I was curious, even though we have EU passports, you know, normally that shouldn't be a problem, but still, I think at this point, they don't care who you are or where you're from. Even though if you have a strong passport, you still have to wait. So 1.5 to 2 hours pass. Then one officer comes towards us and says, "We want to do an interview with you guys." An interview. I was like, weird, but okay, fine, let's bring it behind us. They took us 1-to-1, so me and Adrian got split. We were interviewed by 2 separate officers, and it was just a 1-to-1 interview. So before the interview, actually, we were moved to a different location. We went through this was like a separate alley or hall with chairs on the sides, and we had to wait there. Once they called us for the interview, they took our phones. They said, "Give me your phone," opened my case, and they put stickers like tape on the camera lens, the back and at the front of the phone. And then they checked my purse if I have anything dangerous in it. And then I went into that room. It was 1-to-1. They asked me various questions: who I am, where I live, who are my neighbors, who are my family members, am I in any organizations, am I in any terror organizations, and yeah, every possible questions you can think of. And then they had the audacity to go through my phone. So first what they did, they went through my social media, so Instagram, YouTube, then even WhatsApp. So they checked all the DMs, all the posts I have liked, all the videos I have shared. Yeah, it was just crazy, man. Then they even wanted to go through my photo gallery, so all my personal photos I had on my phone. At this point I was thinking, wow, that is just crazy, man. Yeah, I was like, fine, because I had nothing to hide, to be honest. So I just let them. They didn't find anything suspicious. So also what they asked for me were all my phone numbers. At this point it was just tiring, man. It was like, come on, let's get this over with. After those 40 minutes, an officer came to us with our passports, and then they gave us a separate document slip. It was like an Israeli visa document, because usually they don't put the stamp on your passports, because for some countries it's gonna be a big trouble if they had an Israeli stamp in their passports. So that's why they gave us the separate Israeli visa. And then the officer told us, "Welcome to Israel. If anything crazy happens, just leave that place and don't get into any trouble." 3 to 4 hours just for entering a 20 minutes crossing is just crazy for me. And what I came to conclusion is that if your name sounds a certain type of way, or if you are from a Muslim background, or if you are from a country from that region who are mostly Muslim people, you are getting targeted immediately. So they don't care about who you are, where you're from. Even if you have a well-renowned passport, they don't care, they still target you. That made me realize that that is the sad reality, that some people are treated differently, not just for us tourists, but also especially for the Palestinians there. But I cannot complain, alhamdulillah. Thank God I was able to set my foot on to that holy land of Jerusalem, that I was able to see it with my own eyes, what's really going on there, that I was able to meet the loveliest and kindest people I've come across, the Palestinians, and the whole vibe in itself in that country is just on a different level. So that's enough me talking about the whole border situation. Just enjoy the rest of the video.